Good morning, sir.
One sir.
Sir, you were charged with two cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine on each of those cases. We are going to do probable.
Right here. The judge isn't wasting a single second. The Miranda-style warning sets the tone. He's telling the defendant everything you say from this point can and will be used. This usually means the court expects some serious evidence to follow. Quick question for the viewers. Do you think refusing a breath test helps or hurts a DWI case? Drop your take in the comments.
Cause you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 10th, 2025, officers were dispatched to a motor vehicle crash in Harris County, Texas. An officer already on the scene advised the officer responding that the defendant stated that he had a firearm inside of the vehicle that belonged to him. The officer identified the defendant by his Texas driver's license. The officer observed the defendant to have slurred speech and watery, glassy eyes. The officer observed an odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from the defendant's breath. The defendant consented to perform standard field sobriety tests. The HGN was a 4 out of 6. The walk-in turn was a 3 out of 8. The one-leg stand was a 2 out of 4. And the officer located a handgun inside of the defendant's vehicle during an inventory search of the motor vehicle. The defendant refused to provide breath. A blood warrant was obtained and his blood was drawn.
Okay. Can you tell me when was the first DWI? Number one. How many DWIs? Number two. Number three. Does he have a valid license, please?
The date of the first DWI, Your Honor?
Correct.
2023, Montgomery County.
Okay. What was it? Well, obviously, it did some time. Any other DWIs?
No, Your Honor, but if you find it pertinent, a reckless driving from 2019.
Was it pled down?
It's, yeah, convicted on a lesser charge.
So what was the
original?
right?
Your Honor, I believe the original charge was a driving while intoxicated.
Your Honor, one of these licenses.
This is the part where everything escalates. The judge pointing out that a third DWI is a felony is his way of saying, you're out of second chances. Notice how he immediately layers on monitoring devices interlock, GPS, scram. This isn't just punishment, it's prevention. For the audience, is this level of supervision fair or too harsh? What would you do as a judge?
Now they haven't given out cold access yet. It's eligible, Your Honor. Well,
You know what a third DWI is in Texas? A third DWI is a felony offense of the third degree where you're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. I don't know what is going on with you, Mr. Carrillo, but if I find that you're consuming at all, I'm now placing a restriction on your license. You are not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. On your other ankle, I'm going to put a GPS monitor on you so I know where you are at all times because I don't want you out in the middle of the night. And on your other ankle, you're going to get a scram so I know that you're not consuming. If you have a problem with drugs or alcohol, now is the time for you to take care of it, because if it becomes a problem while you're on bond, I will do it for you and you're not going to like the way that I take care of it. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
You are not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. If I find that you use, I will revoke both of your bonds, put you in jail, no more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I want you to understand one more thing, that I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my streets at all costs. Watch the news every single day. We have a DWI fatality in our town. It's unacceptable. Do you
Yes, sir.
understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm not taking away your privilege to drive, but if I find that you're consuming, it's not going to go well for you. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Pham, and he will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. For the time being, I don't want you out in the middle of the night. We can talk at a later date if things, okay?
Your Honor, would the court consider waiving the fees?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Right this way.
So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 12, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, law enforcement officers were dispatched to a crash and made contact with the defendant, who admitted to drinking 2 to 3 beers. The law enforcement officer observed the defendant stumbling and leaning on his vehicle to keep his balance. The defendant stated he did not remember what color the light was when he rolled into the vehicle in front of him. The defendant refused to perform standard field sobriety tests, but consented to a breath test and blew a .211 and a .204.
Ready to be honest?
No, Your Honor. And not in this county. I'm going to check and make sure.
Mr. Hernandez, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I will revoke your bond and put you in jail. Do you understand?
No prior DWIs, Your Honor.
Okay. Does he have a valid license? You mind?
Blaze, can you check the license for me?
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
Mr. Hernandez, you are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid license and liability insurance in your name. If you do not have car insurance, you are not allowed to drive as well. And that is a condition of your bond. Do you understand? Darla, do you know if he has a license?
I have made ALR requests, but I didn't verify yet. No, Judge.
So I don't have there was no driver's license number in our system.
You know the driver's license number?
Do you have a driver's license?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll let you guys check to see. Darla, I just want to make sure that it's eligible to drive. Otherwise, I'm going to have him sign an affidavit.
Yes,
So it's
Judge, I
not to drive.
understand.
So if you don't mind,
I did find a driver's license number.
Joseph, I see your motion. Is that all you got?
Yes, sir.
I'm signing it for you.
Thanks, Judge.
Got it.
I can step back, Judge. We can verify that, and if he does need it, I can then.
Yeah, just let me know.
Signed and everything. Okay, thank you, Judge.
Absolutely, for sure. So for now, you will get with pre-chopper your bond conditions. Don't use. You understand? Okay. All right, thanks, Darla.
I'm sorry, Aaron.
Got it.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So we'll have you sign a receipt. You'll get pre-trial and then you're free to go. Thanks, Darla. Good morning, Mr. Baskin. So you are charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 13, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, law enforcement officers were dispatched to a stalled vehicle call and observed a vehicle in a lane of traffic with damage to the left side of the vehicle. The law enforcement officer observed the defendant in the driver's seat, asleep with the vehicle on and in park. The law enforcement officer then woke up the defendant and noticed a strong odor of alcoholic beverage and glossy eyes. The defendant admitted to drinking 1 alcoholic beverage. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted, 6 out of 6 on the HGN, a 1 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and a 1 out of 4 on the 1-leg stand. The defendant refused breath, and a blood warrant was obtained and executed.
Any prior DWIs?
We have one that was dismissed in 2020.
You look at every full NCIC. Does he have anywhere else?
Yeah, let me see. I'm not seeing any other DWIs here.
I see a prior obstruction. Was that reduced? A DWI reduction? Mr. Baskin, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand? Sir, I'm not asking for much.
Oh, yeah, Your Honor, regarding the obstruction, it was just a conviction on the charge that was filed.
This judge's tone completely shifts here, and it's intentional. He's warning the defendant that even harmless things like energy drinks or non-alcoholic beers can trigger violations. This is a classic courtroom tactic: remove all gray areas so the defendant can't claim confusion later. Smart move or overkill? Let me know your thoughts.
On him, just for obstruction.
Any other DWIs anywhere else?
No, Your Honor, it's not the one, other than the one that was dismissed in 2020.
Okay. Interlock or no interlock?
Judge, to be honest, I mean, he technically has no DWI criminal history. I did not represent him in 2020, but he did pretty well on the field sobriety test. He's claiming to have one drink. I know that, he was 1 of 8, 1 of 4.
So
Sure.
it was a car wreck. I was knocked out.
Listen, if I find that you're using anything,
Yes, sir.
not only will I put you in jail, but I have a whole host of devices, gadgets that are so damn invasive on you, you're going to think you turned into a robot. Don't use. Do you understand? All right, I'm not going to put an interlock now, but like I said, if I find that you, and I don't care what it is, cakes, candies, foods, gums, energy drinks, non-alcoholic beer, don't use. NyQuil, I don't care. Do you
I don't know
understand?
the excuse if it's.
For me, excuses go this, and they go. All right, you've got a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with him. He will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he cannot get a hold of you, you pick up a new case, it's just not going to go well. Do you understand? Okay, I'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria. We'll have you get with pretrial for your bond conditions, and then you're free to go. Thanks, Chris.
Right over there.
Good morning, sir.
How are you doing, sir?
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Eduardo Martinez?
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 10th, 2025, an officer was conducting a routine traffic enforcement in Harris County, Texas, when he observed the defendant's motor vehicle fail to maintain a single lane and strike the concrete barrier wall adjacent to the road. The officer observed the defendant driving greater than 10% over the posted speed limit. The officer observed this by pacing the vehicle for a quarter of a mile with a certified speedometer. A traffic stop was conducted. The defendant was identified by his Texas driver's license. The officer observed the defendant to have red, bloodshot, watery eyes and a strong odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from his breath and person. The standard field sobriety tests were conducted. It was a 6 out of 6 on the HGN, a 5 out of 8 on the walk and turn, a 3 out of 4 on the one-legged stand. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to a breath test. The 15-minute observation period was abided by. The breath test came back to a .139 and a .139.
Any prior DWIs?
No, Your Honor.
License?
I get a license status check?
Mr. Dyack, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I